Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Eagles Insider, where we bleed green and live for that Philly grit. I'm your host, diving deep into the heart of NFL action with a spotlight on our beloved Philadelphia Eagles. Now, picture this. Two coaching titans clashing on the gridiron, one hailed as an offensive wizard, the other a fiery leader who's turned the city of brotherly love into a powerhouse. But what if I told you that a single, undeniable stat has just flipped the script on the NFL coaching hierarchy? That's right, folks. Nick Sirianni has officially surpassed Sean McVay, and we've got the proof right here. Buckle up, because we're about to break it down in a way that'll have you chanting, "Fly, Eagles, fly," by the end of this report. Let's start with a headline that's got Eagles Nation buzzing. After a thrilling showdown on Sunday, the Philadelphia Eagles notched yet another victory over the Los Angeles Rams, making Sirianni a perfect 4-0 against McVay. Yeah, you heard that correctly. 4 wins, 0 losses. This isn't just a fluke. It's a pattern of dominance that's impossible to ignore. The game itself was a roller coaster. Our birds essentially gifted the Rams a free half of football with some early miscues, but in true Philly fashion, they roared back to seal the deal. Jalen Hurts was slinging it like a man on a mission, connecting with A.J. Brown for those explosive plays that light up Lincoln Financial Field. And don't get me started on the defense. They swarmed like a pack of wolves, shutting down McVay's vaunted offense when it mattered most. Now, let's dive into the nitty-gritty of why the stats cement Sirianni's edge. Sean McVay, the young gun from the Rams, has been the darling of the league for years. He's a guy who calls those intricate plays, the offensive genius behind Super Bowl runs, and a style that's revolutionized how teams attack defenses. But Sirianni? He's a CEO type, a leader of men who inspires loyalty and turns talent into triumphs. Since taking over from Doug Peterson in 2021, he's led the Eagles to 2 Super Bowl appearances, snagging that elusive ring in 2018. Wait, no, let's correct that. Their first championship since the iconic 2017 win under Peterson, but Sirianni's got them back in the hunt. His winning percentage? A scorching .706. That's not just good, that's elite. And against McVay, it's flawless. They've even squared off in the playoffs. Remember that snowy battle where the Eagles outlasted the Rams en route to glory? Sirianni's squad came out on top because, well, that's what they do. To put this in perspective, think about the Eagles' storied history. This franchise has seen legends come and go. Reggie White, the Minister of Defense, terrorizing quarterbacks in the 80s and 90s. Brian Dawkins, Weapon X, embodying that Philly toughness with his bone-crushing hits. Donovan McNabb, the dual-threat QB who led us to multiple NFC championships. Fast forward to today, and Sirianni's building on that legacy with a roster that's stacked. Jalen Hurts, our franchise quarterback, isn't just a runner. He's evolved into a precise passer, drawing comparisons to greats like Cam Newton or Lamar Jackson, as Josh Allen himself noted in a recent chat about QB matchups. Hurts' bio is inspiring. From Alabama to Oklahoma, overcoming benchings to become a Heisman finalist, and now, under Sirianni, he's thrown for over 10,000 yards in his young career while rushing for thousands more. Then there's A.J. Brown, the beast of a wide-out trade from the Titans. His chemistry with Hurts is electric, averaging over 1,000 yards per season here. Devonta Smith, the Slim Reaper, adds at speed and finesse. And let's not forget Jason Kelce, the heart and soul of the O-line, who's been anchoring blocks since 2011 and even hosts a podcast with his brother Travis. These guys aren't just players. They're the embodiment of Eagles' resilience. Tactically, what makes Sirianni's wins over McVay so impressive? It's all about adaptability. McVay loves those motion-heavy schemes, misdirections that confuse defenses. Think play-action passes that exploit linebackers. But Sirianni counters with a balanced attack. A stout defensive line featuring Fletcher Cox's successors like Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter, who plug gaps and pressure the pocket. In Sunday's game, the Eagles secondary, led by Darius Slay, blanketed receivers, forcing turnovers. Statistically, compare the two coaches. Both have 1-1 Super Bowl records, but Sirianni's done it faster, with fewer resources initially. Eagles under Sirianni, 43-18 regular season record. Rams under McVay. Impressive, sure, but they've stumbled lately with injuries to stars like Matthew Stafford. And in head-to-heads, Eagles have outscored Rams by an average of 10 points per game in those 4 matchups. That's not luck. That's superior game planning. Here's a fun anecdote to lighten things up. Remember the Philly special from Super Bowl 52? That trick play where Nick Foles caught a touchdown pass? Sirianni's era echoes that creativity, like the brotherly shove tush-push that become unstoppable on short yardage. It's plays like that which fuel our rivalries in the NFC East. Oh, the Cowboys, America's team? More like our perennial punching bag, with epic clashes dating back to the 60s. The Giants? Those New York showdowns are always brutal, harking back to the miracle at the Meadowlands. And the Commanders? Well, they're rebuilding, but beating them feels like tradition. Sirianni's unbeaten streak against McVay adds another layer to Eagles lore, especially in a division that's as cutthroat as ever. I reached out, fictionally of course, to some insiders for their take. Imagine Eagles legend Brian Dawkins firing up the team. Sirianni's got that dog in him, just like we did back in the day. Beating McVay 4 times? That's not coaching, that's commanding respect. Or a fan at a tailgate in the Link parking lot. We've waited too long for this recognition. Sirianni's our guy, tough, passionate, Philly through and through. Even a hypothetical quote from Hurts. Coach pushes us to be better every snap. That 4-0? It's a team effort, but it starts with his vision. Experts around the league, like those on ESPN, might chime in. In a stat-driven world obsessed with fantasy points, wins are the ultimate metric. Sirianni's got the edge because he wins when it counts. Looking ahead, what does this mean for the Eagles season? Sitting at, well, based on current trends, they're contenders for the NFC top seed. This win boosts their playoff odds to around 85% per advanced metrics and sets up a potential rematch down the line. Implications? A stronger resume for Sirianni could mean contract extensions, attracting free agents who want to play for a winner. But challenges loom. Injuries, like any nagging ones to the O-line, could test depth. Predictions? I see the Eagles pushing for another Super Bowl berth, especially with Hurts in his prime. Watch for upcoming games against the Cowboys. That'll be fireworks. And tie it to pop culture. Remember the Eagles' Super Bowl when inspiring that Invincible movie vibe with Mark Wahlberg? Or how Jason Kelce's retirement rumors had fans in a frenzy, only for him to return. It's all part of the drama that makes NFL so addictive. Current events? With the league emphasizing player safety, Sirianni's emphasis on smart, physical play aligns perfectly. In closing, Eagles fans, this is your reminder. The birds are soaring higher than ever under Nick Sirianni. He's not just above McVay. He's carving his own path in NFL history. So, grab your green gear, fire up that chant, EAGLES, Eagles, and tune in for the next game. Whether it's at the link or on your screen, let's keep the passion alive. Thanks for joining me on Eagles Insider. Stay locked in for more updates. Fly, Eagles, fly.